Yo, what's going on YouTube? We are currently live streaming here on the BRUNSON channel. Had a few minutes, wanted to boot up and take a look at the new playoff round 1 spotlight challenges that we got in the game, and we have brand new bold agendas, the last set of bold agendas for season 6. I don't know if I want to call this the last set of grindable Tuesday content, because that was my fear as we left season 5 and the rush promo heading into season 6, but then we got bold. I think it's safe to assume that 2K is going to give us something else, because if they don't give us Tuesday content, there's nothing to do in this game outside of rip packs on Fridays. And I don't think that's what 2K wants to do, because they want to keep the people that are no money spent and low money spent in the game, even if that means giving us breadcrumbs to keep us around in case we have the itch to rip packs on Fridays. So anyways, Jalen Brunson, I wanted a dark matter Jalen Brunson because he's been absolutely dominant in the playoffs so far. He had, as of the previous recording, he had 3 straight 40-point games, I believe. And since that last recording that I made, he had another one last night against the Pacers in what I thought was an incredible game that unfortunately is going to be looked at negatively because of the officiating at the end of it. I don't know if I really want to talk about that in this video, but what I do want to talk about is the fact that Jalen Brunson gets a Galaxy Opal and not a Dark Matter. Initially, I was pretty upset, especially when you look at the fact that, you know, Tyrese Halliburton, who I don't think has had a Dark Matter worthy performance so far. At least I don't think he's done anything that much better than Jalen Brunson has in the postseason. Now, obviously, Brunson needs to carry a larger load on the Knicks because the Knicks have less, you know, shot creators, guys that can create their own offense on that team, compared to Indiana, who has, you know, at least they have like Pascal Siakam who can help. And just the way that offense runs so fluidly with the different pick and roll actions and stuff like that. You know, Tyrese Halliburton, and he's been banged up, you know, all year. He has the hamstring, he has the back spasms. I just don't see why Halliburton got a Dark Matter if he's still in the postseason and playing in the postseason in round 2. But Jalen Brunson did not, when I think he tied Michael Jordan for most 40-point performances consecutively in the playoffs. And I think now he stands alone as the only player to have like 4 straight games in the postseason with 40+ points and 5+ assists. So Jalen Brunson's been absolutely killing it in the postseason. He deserved it. He deserved a Dark Matter, and I think he will get a Dark Matter if the Knicks don't advance past round 2. And if not, I just think he's due to get one as part of this playoffs promo once the Knicks run comes to an end. That's what I think. Some other pretty fun cards in here. I'm not going to go over all the different ratings. I think the cards I'm most interested in using are Jalen Brunson. The Evan Mobley Pink Diamond card looks like a lot of fun. And the Chris Middleton. I really like the Galaxy Opal Chris Middleton that we got for getting like 50 wins in Clutch Time offline or 100 wins in Triple Threat offline last season. But it was a fun card to use. I think this card's going to also be really fun to use. He's going to have even better ratings and even better badges. So, you know, looking forward to grinding out these cards. I did take a little bit of time to go through the challenges. I haven't played them yet. And so when you go to your spotlight challenges and you look at round recap first round, you'll see if there's a challenge that you haven't played yet. It's kind of blurred out, but I tried my best to make out the blurred print and write it all out and organize it for you guys in case you guys haven't played it yet. So we'll go to my notepad right here. I spelled Maxi Kleber wrong. That's great. We're going to fix that right now, live in this recording. All right, so the first challenge, you need to make 5 threes with any player. You have 12 minutes to get this done. This challenge should not take more than a couple of minutes. The next one, and it's on pro difficulty, so is this one. 25 points and 1 steal. Now, here's where it gets kind of tricky for me, at least. It says any players. Well, it says any player or any players, which makes me wonder, can you combine the stats between multiple players? Because if you could, why wouldn't it just say team, like get 25 points and 1 steal as a team? So that's kind of, you know, a little murky for me. I'm not totally sure. I would just say, to be safe, assume that you need to get these stats that I'm about to read out to you for or with one individual player. So 25 points and a steal, I don't think that's too bad. I just want to say, you know, this challenge and this next one, total 4 steals with any player, like individual player. I know Amethyst Jose Alvarado is going to probably be the most easily accessible player to use for this kind of challenge. But if you've been logging in every day for the last few weeks, then you should have gotten, I think you should have gotten Gary Payton's diamond or pink diamond card. We can take a quick look here. Which Gary Payton? I want to put him in a lineup anyways. So let's go to my budget clutch time offline lineup. We can go to, yeah, so the diamond Gary Payton, this guy right here. If you have Sean Kemp, who I think may have also been a daily login reward, they have a nice dynamic duo that boosts this Gary Payton up. On current gen being Xbox Series X, or you can't even see the card because I have my notepad in the way. But this Gary Payton card right here, if you have the Sean Kemp, you get him boosted up. I feel like on current gen being Xbox Series X, PS5, I've been able to get a good number of steals with this card when I've used him, you know, offline and clutch time offline or triple threat offline using the right stick. So that's my piece of advice if you want to use a card who I think hopefully isn't that expensive and I think will be very effective in getting you steals in an efficient manner. I would say look no further than Diamond Gary Payton. That's who I would use. Now let's go back to the challenges and take a look and see what else they have for us here. I know I have them up on the notepad, but what I don't have up on the notepad is the amount of time that they give us for each of these challenges, because you can see the first 3 here, they give us 12 minutes on pro, and then the 4th one right here, you need to win the game, and then you need to score 14 points, get 13 rebounds, and get 2 blocks. Once again, it says with any player or players, again, assuming it's one player, you need to get all of this done in 4-minute quarters. So that's going to be, I think, a little bit difficult. I think this is one of the more difficult ones right off of the bat. I mean, the other ones are going to be difficult too, but, you know, once you start with these 4-minute quarters, I think it becomes actually a little challenging, which I kind of like. Like, I don't want these to all be layups. And again, I don't know what they mean by any player or players, but 4 minutes to get those stats, it may be a little difficult. So you're going to want to bring a center who you feel comfortable getting blocks with. Now, one thing I want to check very quickly, I don't know if you're going to play against, like you can see the lineup right here, I don't know if you're going to play against this squad. I have not booted up one of these challenges yet. You know, you can boot it up yourself and see, but I wonder if you're going to play against this squad or if the CPU is going to match your squad. So I would say bring your best shot blocker with you and then see what they do. If you end up playing against the same squad that they have on there, then obviously bringing your best players is going to make the most sense. If you have to bring, or sorry, if they match the overalls or the gems, the tiers of the players that you bring, then I would strongly consider bringing in more budget options. Like whenever I want to get blocks in this game, I bring Emerald Larry Sanders. That guy jumps out of the gym. He has an insane vertical. He blocks so many shots for me. And if there's any player who I would feel comfortable getting 14 points, 13 rebounds, and 2 blocks with on a budget level, it will be Emerald Larry Sanders. I think he's from the Majestic collection, maybe. But he's the only Emerald Larry Sanders. So take a look in the player market if you don't have him. Great card to have. One of my favorite cards to use in my team for offline grinding. Next one, for Derek White. Win the game, score 38 points, have 8 3-pointers and 3 assists. That should not be all that difficult. Again, you have that 4-minute time constraint, which that's a little concerning. So you're going to have to move pretty quickly. I also think, you know, in all these where you have 4-minute quarters and you have to kind of win the game, if you're going to have challenges like this one where you have to make threes, I would not be too, I would not really sweat out playing defensive possessions all that hard. Like, I don't know if I would want my opponent taking, you know, more than 15 to 20 seconds of the 24-second shot clock, because possessions are going to be important and you're going to want to maximize the number of possessions you have in the game. So I would try to limit how long you spend on offense trying to get shots and how long your opponent spends trying to get shots. So either force a turnover or just honestly let them go in and get a layup, you know. So that's my advice. You have to be really cognizant of the amount of time you have to get these challenges done. Moving on, after the Derek White challenge, you have to win the game, score 29 points, get 15 rebounds, and make 5 dunks. This also shouldn't be all that difficult. Also, I think for rebounds, one of your best bets to get rebounds instead of just trying to get them organically is run a pick and roll, try and draw the opposing center onto whoever you have as the ball handler, and then just chuck up a shot that you're going to miss intentionally, and then hopefully get the rebound with your center, and then just repeat that until you get the number of rebounds. Especially if you're getting towards the end and you need more rebounds, that can be a nice way to bump up to stat pad your rebounding numbers. Moving on, the JALEN Brunson challenge, 47 points and 10 assists in 5 minutes. Also, the Aaron Gordon one is on 5 minutes. This one isn't all that bad because I think the 5-minute bump up helps, I think, a good amount. 47 points shouldn't be that difficult, and then 10 assists hopefully won't be that difficult. So, you know, that isn't too bad, I think. Again, 5 minutes on Pro for Tyrese Maxey's Dark Matter card, the first Dark Matter reward card we can grind for here. 46 points, 7 threes, 9 assists. Again, I don't think that one's all that bad. And then Tyrese Halliburton win the game and record a triple-double. I also don't think that one's going to be crazy difficult, except for the fact that we're back down to 4 minutes. Pro difficulty really helps. Kind of wish it was on semi-pro for some of these, but again, it's meant to be a challenge. I like that it's a challenge. I think this triple-double one is going to be a little difficult. I would try, like, for sure, the rebounding strat that I was sharing with you earlier about running a pick and roll, trying to force help from the opposing center, and then chucking up a shot in hopes that your center can get the rebound. I think that's very important, or a good trick for you to use, because, you know, you're going to want to have as many rebounds as you can early on, and then, you know, take it from there, in my opinion. And then if you can, you know, once you get all these, and once you conclude all the challenges, you get a deluxe playoff pack right here, which means you'll get a pink diamond. Speaking of pink diamonds, before I go to the bold agendas, I want to see, let's open up my exhibition here. I've seen a lot of people get Wild West deluxe packs out of this, and that's an issue because, let me hide this now, because 2K said that we were going to be getting a guaranteed pink diamond out of these packs, or out of this exhibition, and people are getting amethysts. So we're going to open this. We get a Maestro deluxe. So we'll open that, I guess, right now. Why not? Does the Kid Cunningham open VC? No one cares about that. All right, here we go. Let's open this bad boy up right here. We're going to get a pink diamond. We get a pink diamond to the surprise of nobody. Let's take a look and see who we get. Is it a card that we don't have? Who is that? I don't think I have. Is that Cliff Hagan? Do I have Cliff Hagan? Is that a hollow Cliff Hagan? I can't tell if that's hollow or not. I really can't. Or if that glare is just naturally there. That could be a hollow. But it doesn't really matter. He's unsellable anyways. I'm actually very curious. Hold on. Before we resume this video, let's take a quick peek. My collection. Maestro. No, I don't think it's hollow. No, that glare was there. Okay. Never mind. Never mind. Not hollow, just in black and white. All right. Last but not least, bold agendas. First and foremost, before I get to the bold agendas, I just want to comment on how this season has been the season of point guards. Like, we're grinding for a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander at level 40, which I have a lot of work to do to get there. So Dark Matter Shai at level 40. And this season alone, if you look at just the Tuesday promos we've gotten, we have gotten Steph Curry, I think, as our first bold card. We then got, I think, Bill Russell, which he's a power forward basically. And then I think since then, and if I'm missing someone, I apologize, we have gotten, well, you know, we can take a look right here. You can go to collection because I don't want to be wrong here. Season 6, let's go bold. We'll look at the Dark Matter. So we've gotten 5 Dark Matters as a part of the bold collection for the 5 weeks. We've gotten Steph Curry and then Bill Russell. Then we got Ja Morant, I guess, followed by Clyde Drexler, who's point guard eligible, and then Russell Westbrook. So I was convinced we were going to get a small forward this week, even though I wanted a center, because I feel like we need more centers that are free. Like, we have the Dikembe Mutombo, who now has a lot of value if you've been keeping up with salary cap this year as the final reward card. But besides that, we don't really have a ton of really good free center options in the game who are really good. And now we get our 4th point guard. We don't even get that wing player, you know? So we get Russell Westbrook. I mean, I'm glad that we're getting another card who's, you know, who's a player that plays in the NBA currently, because I feel like 2K loves giving us historic players like Clyde Drexler, but I don't know if I really want the Russell Westbrook card all that much. And now if we take a look at the agendas, Let's see what they have here. I did peek at these earlier. So 2 games with 13 rocket players. You can do that in the free throw challenge. That'll be really easy to do. 23s over multiplayer games. That shouldn't be too bad. 25 blocks in TT offline. Just bring Larry Sanders, the Emerald card. I think he's great. I would bring him and Bol Bol. Those are my 2 best block getters in the game when it comes to offline play. Now 200 heat points in the paint over multiple games and 150 small forward dunks over multiple games. I think you can combine these together. What I was saying on stream earlier is if you want to get this done, I think a good option if you wanted to do it is you can go to Clutch Time offline or Triple Threat offline. Just go to small forwards and scroll to the heat, and I think you have a couple really good options here. So you could bring the Pink Diamond Jimmy Butler from Season 2. You could bring Jaime Jaquez Jr. if you want to bring him. Are there any power forward small forwards? No, none of these guys interest me. Shooting guard small forwards don't really interest me that much either. So I would personally bring Jimmy Butler, or if you want to, play offline and you want to limit, the tier of player that your opponent brings in TT offline or Clutch Time offline, then I would bring LeBron James. And if you really want, you can pair him up with the Dwayne Wade card for that dynamic duo boost. Then I would just run pick and roll with LeBron James, and every dunk you get with him counts towards heat points in the paint and the 150 small forward dunks. So that's what I would do with regards to those 2 agendas. Moving on, what's going on, Spades? 0 for 7 in salary cap. Yeah, man, salary cap has been absolutely like an absolute sweat fest. I've not played it in 2-3 weeks, so I am not in contention for that Dikembe Mutombo. 5 triple doubles. I don't think this is gonna be all that bad. If you want, you could try to get this with blocks with Larry Sanders and Bol Bol. I did not have that much of a hard time doing that. We had to get triple doubles earlier, and you need 25 blocks anyway. So, and you need to get a triple double for the Tyrese Halliburton Spotlight challenge. So this one shouldn't be all that difficult. Again, the majority of these, they just seem to be time consuming, not all that difficult. 10 games in a row, 1 shouldn't be that hard to do. And then 100 assists with point guards over multiple multiplayer games. This one is just going to be tedious. You should be able to get this organically, whether you play any of the online game modes. You have 10 days to get it done, so you don't have the full 2 weeks, but I don't think this one is all that bad either. Again, my big issue with this aren't the agendas themselves. It's the player that we're grinding for. Our 4th point guard eligible bold dark matter card through 5 bold drops in Season 6. Is really terrible, especially when, once again, the card that we're grinding for, if you're still grinding for level 40 like I am, is Dark Matter SGA. So anyways, that's the video, a bit of a longer one. I'm gonna try and grind some of these agendas out, or not agendas, the challenges out now. I want to try to get Jalen Brunson today if I can, and then drop a gameplay. That gameplay will probably come a little later on in the afternoon because I don't have that much time to stream right now. Again, we're live on YouTube. Shout out to the 8 people in here hanging out with us. But yeah, that's all I got for you. So hopefully these tips helped. Let me know down below if you have any other tips that you would have, because there's a good chance that when you comment on this video, if you do comment later on today, that I may not have gotten these challenges done yet. And if anything, I would greatly appreciate having any advice on how to get these challenges done more efficiently. So yeah, appreciate you guys. Until next time, I'll see you later.